Good morning, guys. It's Nathan here at Bluestone Farms. I wanted to get the camera out today and show off some of the snow we're getting. It's kind of unexpected a little bit. This snowstorm that's coming through, it was really not supposed to be much at all. It was supposed to be kind of like a dusting to just a light covering of snow, and here we are, it's 1.5 inches of snow on the ground, and they certainly were not calling for this, and I certainly wasn't exactly prepared for this. Wanted to show off the Dexters a little bit, show them in the snow a little bit. Yesterday I took the time and got 3 of them separated from the other 3. So these 3 that are in here, this big one right here, this is our big steer. This is Magnolia. She's our bred heifer, and the other one back there, she's also our bred heifer. But the reason why I've got these 3 in here is to start giving them a little bit of grain throughout the winter. Our steer here, he actually goes to the processor in less than 60 days. So he's strictly grass fed, but he's gonna be grain finished. He's gonna be grain finished for just about the last 60 days of his life here. The reason why we grain finish is I'm a strong believer that the grain puts a little bit of flavor into the meat, puts a little bit more extra fat into the meat, and that's just the way I prefer it. That's my preference. Everybody does their own thing. I know a lot of people that own Dexters and they breed Dexters and they're into the whole Dexter world. A lot of those people, they strictly just go by having no grain at all, and that's fine. That's their preference, but this is how I do it. So I got the other 2 heifers in here too, because I'm gonna give them a little bit of grain as well. Magnolia, the smaller heifer here, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of weight on her. She's not that she's tiny or scrawny. Give her a little bit of extra help with getting some weight on her a little bit. She's got a calf coming, and I don't want her to be too drawn down. Now Sophia, the one in the back over there, she looks pretty good. I'm not too worried about her weight, but that's where we're at now. I got them in here yesterday. I haven't started grain feeding them. I'm gonna run out to the store here in a little bit, probably pick up about 1,000 pounds of grain or so. I'm kind of planning to start giving him probably about 2 or 3 pounds a day, and I'm gonna see if I can work him up to about 10 pounds a day over the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. He looks nice and filled out other than his brisket area. His brisket area is still a little fleshy. A little bit of hay still. I gave them hay last night when I got them in here. I know they got water over there, and it's not terribly, even though it's snowing, it's not terribly cold, so I don't think it should have froze over. If it did, they probably broke through it. Let's go run over here and we're gonna check on the other steer. I got another steer and 2 more heifers over there. The other 2 heifers, they are not bred. They're just out in the field. Again, I wasn't prepared for this snow. I don't mind sticking the cows out in the rain. I don't think that ever hurts, but sometimes snow, it's a little cold, and we'll go over there and check on them. I'm pretty sure they're good. Dexters are really hardy animals. So, ain't that right, Hershey Bear? Yeah, man. So, we'll go check on them. I think he knows that the other ones are getting grain fed, and he's not very happy about it. That's the noisy one here. That's our other steer. These guys look a little wet. I mean, it's expected, but they don't look like they're struggling. As I mentioned with the snow, it's kind of unexpected. We were supposed to get like a brief dusting this morning, and probably over 1.5 inches of snow on the ground already. So, and it was only supposed to snow from about 4 in the morning to probably about 9 o'clock or so this morning, and it's past 11 o'clock here now, so I don't know when it's going to stop. It doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. I personally like the snow, so I'm kind of happy about it, and I don't think that they seem to mind it. They seem okay with it. They're all standing, chewing their cud, so I think they're all okay here. So. Well, I'm gonna run up to the feed store here. I'll be back here in a little bit, but once I get back, I'll bring the camera back out. Might bring down a little square bale of hay for these guys. I dropped 2 bales in yesterday for these guys, and it looks like they haven't really gotten to them. They're still eating on the grass, what's left over, it looks like. So I might drop a new bale of hay in there just so they have some fresher, dry hay in there, and start pumping some grain into the other guys up there. Got back from the feed store. I got this little 5-foot bunk feeder. I also picked up 500 pounds of grain for the steer and the 2 heifers. So I know I'm gonna have to make another trip. I'm gonna give them this stuff here first, and once I run out of this, to eat through all this, we'll make another trip up there and get some more. I got what they call stock 12. The 12 is the 12% protein that's in it. Let's take a look at the tag here and we'll see what all is in it. If you see here, there's a 12% protein. Looks like there's a crude fat content of 4%. Feeding directions: feed all stock 12 to animals necessary to maintain desired body condition. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I got for these guys. So let's take this bunk feeder. This feeder, we'll go drop this in to the pen over here. Since it stopped snowing, it has gotten a lot colder since it stopped snowing. The temperature has really dropped. It's chilly out here now. Checking on their water. They got water still. We're gonna give them a fresh bale of hay too. I gave them 2 yesterday. It seems like they didn't really touch it too much, but I'm gonna give them a fresh bale. Get some dry hay in there for them. If they eat it, they eat it. If they don't eat it, ain't gonna hurt nothing. So let's go ahead and give them some of the grain here. I want to give them about 2 pounds each today. I don't know how, I don't have a scale or a weight or nothing. Gonna be honest here, I'm not quite sure how much this was weight wise. I don't have a scale. I gotta get a scale to weigh these things out. Didn't feel like it was all that heavy. I definitely wouldn't say it was more than 10 pounds total what I just put in there. We'll let them eat on that. They're gonna chow that stuff down, especially 404, who's our steer in there. He's gonna be eating that stuff up for the next 2 months. But let's go ahead and grab a bale of hay here and we'll drop that in there for him as well. All right, well, they got hay, they got grain, and they got water in here. What's up, mama? Well, these guys look okay. They look like they're getting through the cold weather today. Let's go ahead and unload all the rest of the bags of grain we got in here. We'll set them off to the side. Also, since we're in here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another bale of hay for the other guys out in the field. We'll take that down there. We'll drop that in the field for them. Does anybody else have a cow or a steer or any cattle related animal that just yells at me like this one does? The only one I got, no matter what I'm doing, he's screaming at me. It looks like they laid in a good amount of the hay I put in yesterday, but it also looks like they ate a good amount of it too, which I'm happy to see. Ain't that right, Mama? That's Rosie. She's a sweetheart. And this is Millie. She's also a sweetheart, but she's got an attitude of her own too. But him, he's a butt. Miss Rosie here, I don't think I've ever heard a noise out of her. Ain't that right, Bubba? Ain't that right, Bubba? Let's get these guys this bale of hay I got here. I didn't exactly mean to kick hay all over her. I forgot to turn the fence off, so the fence is on, and I dropped the hay on that fence, and it was bringing the fence down. So I was trying to kick the hay off the wire without getting shocked, and in the result, I kicked hay all over the cow. So. You know, I've noticed they're not munching on this hay very much. This is hay that I made off of our neighbor's property, and it's just wild grass. It's quite stimmy stuff. I know cows aren't exactly particular when it comes to that sometimes. The week of Thanksgiving, we were out of town. I went out to a farm down the road from us, and I bought a big round bale of hay, and I dropped that in the hay ring right here for them, and they devoured that hay. They're not really eating this hay I have. There you go. Now they're eating it. First snow of the year. It's getting cold out. Well, these guys are looking somewhat dry. They look good. They look okay. I'm gonna get these guys moved. I'm got a plan of building a winter pen for these guys coming up. I'm gonna do another hard fence like I got the other cows in, do another one of those, do a whole nother video on that. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video there. So thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. We'll catch y'all at the next one.